Hello, everyone. Welcome to something very special that I'm extremely excited about. I'm here with my man, Bondar and Burko, and we're going to talk about their brand new track that in this moment in time came out today called Void. Guys, wow. Let's just take a moment. You produced something special.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. Means a lot.
It's different. It's dark. It's emotional. It's powerful. Like I had a great time interviewing Burko. For everybody that's watching this, I really like his style of music. It's dark, and I do believe it's cutting edge. You know what I mean? We all kind of came from the period of time and the EDM boom scene. You know what I mean? 2011 to 2014 was progressive big room, and then it got into dubstep and trap, and then all that kind of stopped. And then house was always there. Melodic techno was always going like this. And I think what's happened, at least for my generation, our generation, I'm 28 years old. We got pretty sick of jumping, but kept wanting to dance. And now the music that you guys are making is now like, oh, damn, this is my shit, man. Like it's powerful. Like I said, like you've got great low end frequencies, which I'm super excited to talk about. You've just got this good flow to it, and it's catchy. So you're crossing all the boxes in my eyes, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're glad you like it, and glad it's finally out there.
Yes, I know. I heard this one took a little while, but you came together on a special day. Real quick, I put on a really probably my best shirt for you guys. We got 3 Jewish guys here on the stream. Check this out.
Yeah, that's my idol.
Tell them about I don't know. Can you still hear?
Baby.
The goat.
Tell them about your Bondar. Tell them about your dog.
Yeah, my dog is actually named Leon Black.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me?
That's
cutest dog ever,
dude.
Yeah, is a little Shih Tzu and Schnauzer mix, and I named him after JB Smooth's character,
dude.
Leon Black.
Oh, when he came into the show, he came into the show and they didn't expect him to stay. He was just going to be written off for 1 season, and then Larry and him got along so well. It's just like that's definition of opposites attract. Like Larry is probably like the definition of a Jewish man. You know what I mean? This, that. I came from New York. What am I doing here? Sometimes I turn to Jerry Seinfeld, by the way, and I hope you guys are okay with that. And Leon Black, like he just absolutely crushed that character, and I love JB Smooth. Great stand-up comedian too. If you guys have ever seen him before.
Oh, he's so great. I love him. I love him, and also Chris Williams that was on a couple episodes.
Yes.
With the Crazy Ice Killer.
I figured this shirt would put us all in high spirits, guys. But
I love it. That's the best thing.
Hi, vibes are high.
He's the go. We're starting out on a high note, guys. So I want to hear about this track. It's pretty good. Maybe we need to do a Curb Your Enthusiasm roundtable next time. That could be a new little series. Talk about our favorite episodes.
Let's do it.
There's an audience out there for that, guys. Rule number 1 in podcasting: find your niche audience, target the living fuck out of them, make them love you, make some money, move on to the next thing. I know there's a ton of Curb Your Enthusiasm fans out there. Where are you guys? Where are you?
You found 3 of them right here.
We got 3 right here.
My favorite show, hands down.
Love it, guys. Love it. Well, transitioning back to house music and deep house and techno here. Before we even get into the track, I want to know more about how you guys came together. So, Bondar, man, you've been in the game, absolutely crushing it. You just told me you came from Chicago. Real quick, tell us when you actually got into electronic music, started producing, and when did you have your first release?
So I got into electronic music through my dad when I was about 7, 8 years old. He was buying the DJ hits tapes and all the music that was coming in from like Germany and the US, and it was new to me. So I just loved it. I loved dance music that was getting released. Or was it like in 90, 93, 92? And then I moved to Chicago in 97. And it was always like my dream to be a music producer, DJ. So I started actually listening to DJ Markski and B96 and
shout out B96.
Yes, the Hot Mix 5 or Bad Boy Bill. I mean,
Yes.
I was listening to their mixtapes. I was already playing around with like all the editing programs like Cool Edit and Acid. So I was a huge music fan, and I got my first set of turntables when I was 14. And the rest is history. I started producing with like Acid Loops back in the day, and doing mix CDs, and took it from there. Taught myself how to layer sounds and things like that. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, started making music. My first release was actually in 2006. I started with trance music. I was actually producing trance.
Dude, that was right when what was that Tiesto album that came out?
In Search of Sunrise. That was actually In Search of Sunrise 5 is still one of like my favorite mixed CDs or compilations.
There you go.
Yeah, so I always love trance for the, it's beautiful melodies and really like deep vocals. So so I started as a trance producer. We were in a little group called Physical Law. Got support from Armin van Buuren, Ferry Corsten on his Countdown. Yep.
Go.
And then when I started doing stuff by myself, I started making house music and tech house and techno. Just I always love making all kinds of music. You can't put me in a single genre. So I always love to make all different genres as a challenge, and just because I loved all music to begin with. So it was like a natural progression to do.
Well, it makes sense why you guys came together. Burko, remind me, I believe I got this on the nose here though, but you try and make a different track every single time. You try and not use some of the same sounds. You try and go outside the box, which is tough to do when you're trying to build a foundation of sound. You've managed to do it. So it makes sense why you guys came together on a track like this. But Burko, tell us a little bit more about your process and how it relates to what he just said.
Yeah, I mean, I use similar sounds. I think there's probably like 4 or 5 staple instruments or sounds that I'll use throughout, interchangeably throughout different songs. But I think as far as what I can do and try to push something different with sound design each time, or just do something that doesn't sound as similar as something that I've done before, just because then I feel like I'm progressing.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons that I do it. And for this Void track, I just wanted to make a dark track with a nice ARP melody. For some time, I've gotten more and more into melodic techno over like the last year with COVID and everything. And so, I know Bondar doesn't really make, as far as what he releases, Bondar doesn't really release a lot of like the darker melodic techno stuff, a lot of what he has out of Tech House. So it's cool to find out that when I got in the studio with him, that he's into that kind of music and, knows how to get on board with that. So
there you go.
that was a nice surprise, and it was really cool. We're working on a second track too, but we haven't picked it up in quite some time. We actually started making it the exact same day as we made the first one.
That's we did,
but we haven't.
Is to make a couple of tracks together, and then
but we haven't done more than just one session on it. But I'm excited. I don't even remember what it sounds like, but I remember it was cool. And
I haven't opened it since our studio sessions. I not even kidding, because we're focusing on Void. So
exactly. And we're talking about Christmas.
Yeah, seriously,
it's been a long time.
Seriously, feels like it hasn't, but it has.
Yeah, excited to keep going on that one too. But very excited that Void's out. Stoked that you were down to have us on this podcast and talk about it. And thank you for that. And just excited.
Yeah, man. I love connecting like this, and it's just so much fun, especially when I love the song, when I love the artist, when I love the music. So thank you for wanting to break this track down with me. I want to know, how did you guys first meet though? I mean, you met on Christmas Day, of course. Probably one of the best days of the year for Jewish people, right? No pressure, movies, Chinese food, whatever, right? People say it's cliche, but it literally is like a great day.
Yeah. Bondar and I went, we went to the movies, we got some Chinese food, just went right into the studio.
We've actually met at a kind of a lockdown social distancing party that our friend Henry was throwing on his balcony. It was just like a couple of people, and the crowd was downstairs listening to the music, and it was music being played off a balcony. And it was really cool. So yeah, David came to play, and I've heard his music, and I was blown away. Like you said, it was really cutting edge, different. That was one thing that really got me excited, is that his stuff didn't sound like every other producer out there that I've been hearing. So it was, I also really, I love the whole kind of trance melodic techno feel, and I wasn't producing music like that recently, so it was a nice change of pace. So I said, hey, let's work together, and we did.
Yeah, appreciate it. And just want to clarify, it was not a party. It was 3 people on a balcony, and there were people that were just doing their normal walking routes on the street that would like maybe stop it and be like, let's go, but then move on.
It wasn't a party. We were socially distancing.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it, guys. You're good. Yeah. You tell me Burko's dropping some of his fucking shit, and some nice lady with a golden retriever is like, oh yeah, okay, well.
That's how it was.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's exactly people running. There were people running, and one guy just took his shirt off, just threw it down, and started dancing in the middle.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
San Diego, baby.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's the whole neighborhood.
So when was that? How long after you guys first met until you got in the studio together?
Oh man, that must have been like maybe March that we met, and then it was like right when we were starting to figure out if it was still things were shutting down, and I think they were just about to. We were just about to or something, and then it wasn't until Christmas Day of 2020 that we decided to get in the studio together. And I don't know if I ever told you in the last interview about my buddy Chow, who I met in Thailand, that lives in the middle of nowhere in Canada.
I think you might
who comes to visit. He absolute character. Can't wait for you to meet him. But he was in visiting me at the time. He came to visit on the absolute worst time in lockdown history in San Diego. So I'm like, all right, well, you know what you signed up for. So we just met up with Bondar here, and went to his studio and just cranked out Void. Like I'd say probably about 60% of it that day.
Wow.
60, 70.
So it came together. You guys know that doesn't happen every time.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't. It's hard to remember exactly how much we'd finished that day, but I know a good amount. I don't know, Bondar might have some better insight into that. Do you remember?
We started that day. We actually met up I think the day before Christmas, and then so Chow came, and what a character. We're gonna have to talk about him a little bit more, but you guys came by, and then we cranked out most of the track, and then you took it back home, worked on it, and said, hey, let's meet tomorrow because I'll have time. I don't have any plans for Christmas. And I said, I don't have any plans for Christmas either. So second day, you already brought over like a whole not a foundation, but like the arrangement and everything else, and then we worked on it more and got more done, and then we kept meeting up and cranking it out.
That's awesome.
Well, I don't think we met up. We actually did. We meet up after that Christmas thing, or did we start doing it remotely?
I think it was like 3 days total, 2 or 3 days. I forget now, but it was definitely two days for sure.
We need to get Chow in on one of these just guest Zoom sessions, just to have him poke his head in. That would be hilarious.
Is he recovered now from his injury?
Guy's lost it. This guy is so ridiculous. I can't even get into it because it's too unpolitically correct on this podcast. But like, we were about to go on an extensive trip, and like he was skateboarding home drunk and broke both of his feet like the day before, and was on crutches. And then when we went on the trip, he just decided not to bring the crutches because he figured like if he just keeps drinking the whole time, like he doesn't need them.
Oh my God, bro.
So ridiculous.
Yes, that's him. He was supposed to come for the next session, and then he shows up. Well, not the Burko shows up, and he's like, I'm like, what happened to Chow? And he partied too hard, and he broke both of his feet, legs. Nobody really knows. What a legend.
We need people like
Yeah.
Chow in the world, though, bro. We need people like
Yeah.
you. Keeps things
We
interesting.
do it. We do. And then when we got to our destination, he really needed to get a bike because it was just too much for him to walk around. He went on the trip anyways.
Jesus.
And he got a cab back to where his bike was parked at 3 a.m. and it was stolen, or he lost it. One of the two. And he gave him his license as collateral and never got his license back.
What the hell?
It's just so ridiculous. I love him though. He's like one of my favorite my favorite people.
He's
What a
awesome.
guy. Shout
I
out
miss him.
Chow.
I talked to him recently.
Really? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
good guy. But anyways, Chow was there for the track. He could probably have better account. He has better memory than probably either of us. For some reason, he can remember like that. And
Sounds like a superhero. He's got
he
a
would know.
disguise, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, shout out Chow. Jesus.
Shout out Chow.
That's awesome. It's just so cool though, because like I said, you guys both have your own set of releases individually. If you look at Bondar, we got Sola, Glasgow Underground, Realm, South of Saturn, Tool Room Hood Politics, House of Hustle, Burko, Space Yacht, Box of Cats, Kino Village, Outside in Movement. I mean, if like there was a festival, those would have different stages. You know what I mean? Like there wouldn't be a ton of overlap. And like that's not a diss, but that's just saying like you guys are in different realms. You know what I mean? With under the house music umbrella, so to speak. And then when you listen to this track, it is just like this perfect fusion. And it almost makes sense that it came together quickly, guys. Cause like sometimes when you try and make something outside of your box on purpose by yourself, you don't know which direction. So before we actually go into the track, when you guys started working together, did you like feel something special? Like who was kind of driving, who was sitting passenger? Did you guys have each of your own specialties, percussion, bass, sound design, whatever it might be?
Yeah.
I'll let Bondar take this one.
Yeah, because we're working in my studio, obviously it's kind of natural that I was at first driving,
Of course.
showing off some plugins.
There you go.
That I don't use that much, but I thought they were really fitting for the style of music we're going for, like more kind of trancey, you know, using ARPs and stuff like that. So yeah, it started as an idea on my DAW. We both use Ableton, so I started messing around with different sounds. We're just vibing and going through different presets on different plugins. And once we got our main ARP for the track down, then yeah, we started working on perks and effects and started bouncing it back and forth from David's laptop and my studio PC, because I'm actually my main DAW is Ableton, but I work on a PC, and then when I'm mobile, I'm on my MacBook Pro. So
okay, interesting. That shouldn't be legal, by the way. I'm a Mac elitist over here, bro. I'm a little upset. Can't do that.
Unacceptable. Yeah.
Unacceptable. Steve Jobs is rolling over in his grave right now, man. God damn it.
Well, Bill Gates approves of this.
Okay, all right, fine.
How about that?
What about you, David? What was what of sort of your main contributions to the track?
I'd say a lot of the low end, especially that kind of like driving synth that's like kind of oscillates through the drop.
Yeah.
And a lot of like these synths that come in, especially with the second drop, like the big like pads that happen on the second drop. That one was my contribution. I'd say a lot of the synth work, except for the arpeggiator, that came from some of the software that was on Bondar's laptop. But yeah, I'd say like low end and synth work was kind of more where I was at, especially when it comes to like the strings that come in and like the brass instruments, like the brass ensembles and the different orchestral sounds. I feel like that was more on my end.
Very cinematic, right?
Yeah,
yes.
I feel like that's most of the stuff that I've been putting out has kind of fallen into that same little cinematic theme.
Yeah.
Very much enjoy that.
Dude, yeah, I get goosebumps a lot of times at your second breaks, bro. It's like,
oh, thank you.
It's like it's like the intro to It 3 or something. I don't even know if that's coming out yet, but like, hey man, you should get into syndication or some shit. Send them your music because it is freaky good, but it's freaky.
Well, do you want to hear something kind of funny? I don't know if we talked about it on the last one, but the very first time I ever got paid for my music was I was scoring a Mia Khalifa commercial. Like the porn star.
What?
That was the first time they had me make this cinematic like build up while she's like slow motion running, and that was the first time, and that was like right when I started music production, and that was the first time I ever like worked in music, like got paid for my production, was because of that. Yeah.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Suzette, clip that. That's a clip right there. That's a clip. Yep.
You can find that on YouTube still. It's there.
Me on which like YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, it was like
I called YouTube.
Hub. It's something Hub you're talking about.
No. It was a smelling salt. I forgot the brand, but it was like some Mia Khalifa smelling salt commercial that my friend was directing, Eden. And Ammonia Sport Mia Khalifa, if you want to go find it on YouTube. There it is.
Product placement right here. And we are now sponsored by Mia Khalifa. I'm going to hashtag Mia Khalifa. We might get some odd comments, guys, but any publicity is good publicity, right?
I'd like to think so.
I don't know how much truth there is to that statement anymore.
I'd like to believe it. Whether it's true or not, I'd like to believe it.
I'd like to believe it. Not with cancel culture. And now we have canceling cancel culture. So hopefully canceling canceled culture will be happening soon. So stay tuned for more.
Cancel culture is just cancel culture though.
Yeah. Yep. But
we gotta avoid that one.
We gotta avoid that one. That's a tongue twister, eh?
It
is. Oh my gosh. So we got to get into this track. And before we get into it, I need the people to know. We discussed, do we do a deep Ableton walkthrough? Do we do SoundCloud? Since we know most people aren't really in or understand Ableton, I do want to take this moment to say that, like, David, I'm going to volunteer you, and Bondar as well. If there are producers out there that want to watch this and do want to see, I believe these guys are more than willing to walk through and show you what they did. Am I correct, guys?
That is
totally.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Collaboration over competition. There are so many producers out there that follow my podcast and either do or don't, and sometimes don't have the heart or the willingness to try and reach out to guys that have success like you. But the fact is, we all started in the same place, and unless you didn't get help, you wouldn't be where you're at now. So just wanted to give a piece of advice to people out there. You got to make the effort. You got to network. You got to build friendships and relationships. And that's what it's all about. Collaboration over competition.
Yeah, 100%. Plus, I mean, in music, even if you know exactly what somebody else is doing, you're never going to sound like them. So that's something to get out there that many people don't realize, that unless you're really like trying to copy somebody, you're just not going to sound like them. It's so impossible.
It is.
Even if you study their music to the T, you're not going to, again.
Yep.
You're not going to sound like them. So yeah, definitely collaboration over competition.
Yeah. That's been the coolest part about getting into this industry and with my podcast is we all kind of share, at least DJs and producers and any artists out there, we share this foundational understanding that, like, we're trying to do something that's very difficult to have success in, but we love music so much and making it and DJing it and sharing it. And I have literally become better friends with people in a shorter period of time that share that with me than people that I've known for a longer time. So my eyes have been open, especially over the past year, that, like, you know what, this person might be huge, but they understand that there are a lot of people out there that need help. And there's always more to learn too, right? It doesn't matter how big you are.
Indeed.
Oh, absolutely. Get lost every day.
Every day.
Always still learning.
Always still learning.
Yeah, I'm learning every day. I'm still watching tutorials. I'm still doing, continued education, talking to other producers. It never, never stop learning in any field that you focus in. So
yeah, it's genuine advice right there.
I'm still attending master classes.
Yeah, you got to.
I'm still following these like Instagram pages that a couple like Amen Purgatory Production Music Live.
Yeah.
I see something, I'll just like send it to myself so I'll go watch it later. So I can like go reference it while I'm somewhere else. They put some good stuff.
So true. So true. So shout out to anybody out there that actually is taking the time to watch this video and learn more about the track too. But it's a great song in and of itself. We decided on SoundCloud, and we're going to walk through right now. And I got to tell you, again, I keep saying before we get started, I just want to get into it, but I have to say something before. I believe within the first 5 seconds, usually of a demo, you can tell, like, this is good. This is not good. This is good. This is very good. You know what I mean? Like, you can hear like how it's all laid out. just when this track starts, you're like, oh, okay, I'd like to continue listening. So we're going to do it right now. Okay, everybody. I feel like I'm DJing. It's kind of fun right now.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Okay, you guys can see.
Just hit 1,000.
I usually have a lot more tabs up, but I know people have problems with that. So I didn't want to feel self-conscious. So I cleared all the tabs here. Everybody can see into my life, but this is what we got. So, and also shout out to Music is for Lovers for the premiere on SoundCloud. Awesome. San Diego based, right?
Yes, they are. Yeah. Thank you so much to Jimbo and Mr. Dan, the Beats, for doing this feature.
It's awesome.
They always
Wait,
got our back.
do you see go down just for a second in the comments?
Yeah.
That Chowder, that's Chow. That's the guy we're talking about.
Follow.
Legend. Mr. Chow.
Shout out, Chow. Let's look at him, guys. We got to look at this. We got to put a face in the name. What is this? This is like a high school composite.
Where's the quote? You need the quote. Graduating class.
We need a nice yearbook quote.
Bro, wow. Okay. Another time, another day.
Another time.
I love how he self-corrected himself. He couldn't spell legends. Oh man.
Damn it.
Ciao.
Oh, that's okay. He literally corrected himself. What a guy. What a guy. Love
What a guy. Replies to himself.
Let's get Bondar here up to 49.92. Let's go. I gotta be following Burko. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Follower counts.
Hey, you got a real fan right here, guys. Okay. So I want to talk about the cover actually really quick. Track's called Void. Tell me about this.
Cool. So I didn't get into it last podcast, but I just started working with a new manager. His name is Nam. He's an absolute legend.
Great guy.
He is the tour manager of Rufus Du Sol since the beginning in like 2014.
Not a small deal.
And he sent me to LA to take these press shots with this guy named Derek Rickert, who's a really good photographer and also toured with Rufus Du Sol as their photographer.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. And I had this idea of like using a rook as something to kind of brand around, just to put in the next few releases and just a theme.
Right.
And I brought a couple of rooks up with me, and that's actually like a purple shirt that I have. And it just folded it up.
It's a nice shirt.
Folded it up. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, looks nicer with the editing.
It looks like a very nice pillow. Like I thought this was like a nice throw pillow of some sort.
Doesn't it? Yeah, it looks
That's
like
what
a
I
throne
thought too.
Yeah, totally.
So
it's just it's a purple shirt, and folded it up and did some lighting that Derek did, and Derek did the editing as well. And we weren't sure exactly where we were going to use it, but I figured why not this one. Also, when I make a song, I don't know. I just figured out like a month or two ago that doesn't happen with everyone, but I kind of like visualize the sound, and I have like a color that I associate with it. And when I'm making the song, I have lights in my room that I'll change to that color that I associate it with. And I saw like purple all the way through with Void, and so I figured let's just use it here.
That's awesome.
That's the story of this cover art.
Real sensory experience there, though.
Yeah. I love chess, so I was like, let's go. So
anybody watch the Queen's Gambit? Don't underestimate the rook. Okay, the rook is a very important piece. Don't underestimate.
I haven't seen the show yet, but I've played a ton of chess in my life, and I still do. Follow me on chess.com.
That is that's the name of the next album, Queen's Gambit.
Now, yes. Now I'm going to hashtag chess.com as well. So we got hashtag Mia Khalifa, hashtag chess.com. We're really bringing in a lot of different people into this. I'm glad they're here now. They're like, I was looking for Mia Khalifa. I was looking for chess advice. None of that here. None of that here. Very cool, though.
Those are completely different demographics, by the way.
Yeah. Hey. Never know.
Never know.
Love it, though. I always believe in a less is more approach with cover art and stuff too. So I really like this. Very cool. Great picture.
Awesome.
So without further ado, let's get into this shit, guys. Also, this is really good for SoundCloud. For those that didn't know, this is for sure organic. These guys got a big following, but we're not even a day in. Just came out at midnight, right?
Yesterday at like 10:30 a.m.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is awesome to see. I'm still a big SoundCloud guy. They have a lot they still need to do and figure out, but I love seeing this. So
Agreed.
Also, of course, available. Jesus, they know what they're doing. This is legit. Hot links.
That's just Music is for Lovers branding, actually.
Oh, fuck. Well, good job, Music is for Lovers. Either way, the track is available. So Burko and Bondar, Void. Let's do it. I'm going to go 30 seconds in. We're going to talk about it, and then we'll keep breaking it down. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All
Let's
right.
go.
See, you can tell right away. So wow. I got good headphones on. You got panning going on here, guys. Each instrument has its own layer. Here we go. Oh. That's a nice kick. That's a tech house kick. Is this Bondar or is this your kick?
This is David's work.
This is David?
I think it's a kick that I've been using in a few songs, actually, especially a lot of the unreleased ones I have. So more to come with that one.
Beautiful kick.
Thank you.
Oh. All right. We're gonna stop there for a sec. Damn, I'm sweating. Okay. So David, tell me about the kick.
Kick is one. I don't even remember where it's from, but I've been using it in a lot of ones. I know for sure it two ones that I have, Angelic and Revelation. Those are two unreleased ones. I've sent them and they've gotten feedback that it has too long of a release and to shorten it.
I like that though.
I like it too, but I know Wongo told me to shorten the kick, and some of my other friends are like Icon or one of them. I like it though. I don't know. I've tried shortening it and like I can tell a slight difference though. But
I think for the style,
I
it works
love that
really
game.
well.
For sure,
the longer.
carries.
Yep. It works good with the bass. So
it's ominous. It's a little bit of an ominous. Let's go back to it really quick here. Just get the first few. Yeah, I hear the release. But it kind of bleeds over like in a really nice way. It actually gives room for this melody to kind of come in clean.
Yeah.
You can just loop that. That could be a Beatport top 10. The loop right there in and of itself, guys. What the hell? I love that. Okay. We have the breakdown here, and I think this is certainly something that Burko does a great job of. And Bondar, I heard it in a lot of your tracks too. It's something I want to ask you guys within sort of the tech house realm. Let's just say house and tech house. We all have sort of the same tools, right? There's percussion, there's the kick, there's the bass, there's the melody. And sometimes within that toolbox, it seems like, well, how can it be unique? How do you actually be different? How do you stand out from the competition? And I think one thing you guys did really cool in this song is, of course, the progression. And when we come in 30 seconds, nice clean intro, breaks down, you give us a little taste. I'm gonna do the first 15 seconds here before we get that kick. And I want to break that down a little bit too, because I think this is super unique and you got to catch people's attention right away. Yeah. Is that a horn?
Yeah, it's a horn.
Lord of the Rings, bro.
yes.
On the third day, look to the west. Dude. All right, I want to talk about
bass line.
Yeah, that bass line.
Yeah.
So basically, I love taking a lot of the low end away, or all of it, and then bringing it back with that bass I put in like every song. That is Omnisphere plus a lot of post-processing. And I've used it since like the very second song I ever made, Witchcraft. I've used it in pretty much every song. And I've like kind of like built on top of it each time. So I think I have like maybe 8 or 9 iterations of that bass.
Yeah.
And it made its way to this. Yeah, the vocal itself too is one that I did like a gated effect on, but it's from a vocal engine.
Okay.
Instead of Contact. And so I've been using that in a few tracks too. I feel like the very first song I ever made, Take Me There, has that same exact vocal engine. And that one's on SoundCloud as well. And yeah, just same thing, except here I used like a gated effect on it to make it very choppy.
And that's how you be unique. And that's why I wanted to ask that question. You answered it before I even asked it. Bondar, for you, bro, kind of thinking about that question, what did you do either in this track, or what do you try and do in tracks when you take just a regular sound? Like David just said, he put a gate on something there, really gave it that spice. You could have just left it and it still would have been great, but it gave it that extra 1 or 2%, which is what makes people unique. What do you think about this part of the song right here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely use the gate, the verbs. I really love the plugin called Sugar Bites Tornado, and I believe
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's just a crazy effects processor. It's got like 8 different knobs, and just allows you to mingle and just resample, downsample sounds. It's got some crazy effects. Big shout out to Sugar Bites. Yeah, I use it on almost all of my channels, along with saturation and EQ and definitely the resonance. You know, once I'm rolling off the low end or filtering stuff down, I got the resonance at about 15-20%. And yeah, in combination with Tornado and other effects, you know, I use, for example, serum effects. And speaking of this bass line, actually, I'll never forget, we started out with the bass line on my machine, and then we kind of had a placeholder. And then, of course, Burko replaced it with his signature one. Once we were meeting up on day 2, it already had a signature Burko bass line.
Love it.
As you hear it in this track, and it sounds amazing.
King of the underground, king of the low end, bro. This guy. All right. Let's appreciate this build up right here as well. I'm going to let it ride for a second, then we'll talk about it right before the drop. And real quick, for any producers out there, the sound design, like I need you to put on headphones, people. Don't just listen through your phone or wherever you're watching this. Take a moment because it is pristine. I mean, the sound is traveling around like in my head. I don't even know what is going on. So good. This is gonna be tasty. Okay. You know we want it. You know we want it bad. Excellent job there, guys. It's so cool because in traditional tech house, you know what I mean? You're just kind of just leveraging the kick, especially in techno too. You're just leveraging this kick coming in and out. Bass lines are usually pretty standard, but you use so many different elements of electronic music here. It's just so cool. And you just hear this big lead starting to shine.
The strings.
Tell me about the actual lead here before the drop hits. The boop, 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 boop. Are those notes, like, are we have an echo on there, delay? What's going on with that sound?
Yeah, the ARP. That's the thing we built the whole song around. So that's what we started with. And
yes,
it's a cool one. We don't want to get into too much about it. It's a trade secret on this one, but
I know
that's a cool one. That one was we loved it from the beginning, and so we just figured we'd just make everything around that. And I think inherently that thing is kind of repetitive, and so we wanted to make the drop follow in it. And the trick was like, how do we make it repetitive but still interesting over time? And so, but I think that's like all house music, because house music is pretty inherently repetitive.
Yep.
But there's only like 2 notes in the whole drop. It goes bum 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 bum. But it's like inherently it's kind of repetitive. So it was just, how do we integrate those?
Yep. It's awesome. Well, let's let it drop. What do you guys say?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Yeah. God damn, bro. It's thick. It's really fucking thick. Me and Khalifa thick, bro. THICC. Yep. I can hear it. This side chaining here. Pretty damn good.
Kickstart.
Oh, the vocals sound so sick. The gate there, man. Yeah, I Okay, so it's really pretty incredible, guys. It really is. Like, honestly, it's
Thank you.
thick. Like, I don't know how to say it. That bass line is powerful, but it doesn't overpower, which is a fine line to play in general as a music producer, but especially with a track like this. So cool to hear you bring elements from the beginning of the track and make them shine again. So, I mean, it's fucking sick, guys. Seriously. This, I like, you hear a track like this and you're like, you put yourself in a mental space. Like David was talking about the color purple. I'm definitely thinking late night here. Like, dude, I'm thinking purple too, like the Northern Lights or some shit. I don't know. I'm at this show and it's like a Circla show and the song comes on and I'm like, oh yeah, everything makes sense.
Sick.
There's a story here. There's a story here. And I think that's what's really cool about this track. It's not just like a tech house banger. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Shout out Hood Politics.
It sounds fresh. I
It
agree.
sounds fresh. It sounds
Came out fresh.
Came
Not
out
your
fresh.
Stepped on it.
Run of the mill
Stepped
track.
on it.
So we're going into break here in a build. When you guys got to this point in the track, what were you thinking? How can we, before we go into this and listen, what can you set up for us? And David, let us know, and then we'll go to Bondar.
Cool. I always like to go big on the bridge, like after the first drop into the second drop.
Mhm.
I just like to make it like twice as dramatic as the first. And so
Yeah.
the first is kind of like a teaser, and then
Mhm.
the second verse, or just bridge in general and build up, is I just try to go bigger and wider and just more dramatic and expressive. And so I know right here there's we started incorporating a plugin which I had just found out about through Bondar when we were there for the first time, called the RMX 1000.
Oh,
And it's a model of like this analog gear, like an actual thing. It's like
Yeah.
an RMX 1000. It's a
isn't
real
that like
thing.
that
And
effect pedal thing that like Hot Since 82
It is.
uses this shit in
Yeah.
Capriati? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Pioneer RMX 1000.
Yeah.
It's the plug-in version of it that works alongside with the.
What?
With
I
the
didn't know
Philly.
they had a plug-in of that, bro. What?
Yes.
it's so sick.
Oh shit, I gotta get that.
It's a game changer. And so we used that for the bridge, and then I learned there through experimentation that you can use frequency shifter afterwards, and it makes it even crazier. So you can hear like I don't have screen share, but right before the second drop, you'll hear it gets a little like weirder
Mhm.
as it starts to fade out and wider. And that's like where like the frequency shifter comes in on top of the RMX 1000.
Wow. That's
Boom.
dope. Love it. Bondar,
Lots
you
of
dog with
possibilities.
that plug-in, bro. I did not know that.
Yeah, look into it. It's awesome. I use it on all my buses for like climax buildups and
Mhm.
so on. It works really well.
Okay.
Plus, people kind of know it too because it's your Pioneer effect. So
Yeah, it's awesome.
it's cool to use in production versus
how you-
just DJing.
That's how you know it's a good track. You don't have to use any fucking effects while you're playing this track live. That's kind of a test for me, at least, when I do tracks something like that. I'm like, God, I need to rip the reverb this whole build up. I need more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
I find myself when I
echo.
play sets, like I never end up doing effects on my own track because I've already done all the effects I would want.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But on other people's, I'll mess around with it, but on mine, I just
Right.
right. I don't know what to do with my hands when I play.
Yeah, you're like, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Toughest thing is a DJ. Hell yeah. Okay, well, we set it up. Let's hear it. Let's hear the fucking intensity here, so to speak. Let's go. I feel like I have to pray.
Yeah, there's the RMX.
There it is. I hear it. Woo. Dude, transcending right now. Did you guys have that moment in the studio when when it was finally getting done, where you're like, "Oh fuck, oh this is special"? Was it like this moment? Because like I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah, that's for sure my favorite. I mean, it's hard. I love when the second drop hits too, but I love when
Yeah.
like the bass comes in and then the brass ensemble starts.
Yeah.
And that's all like just stuff I wrote in like on a keyboard. It's not, I mean, obviously it's not real brass instruments, but
Yeah.
I mean, for people that aren't producers, like I didn't know. Maybe people think that it's like real brass, but if you're not a producer and you're listening, no, it's just what you map to your keyboard. It's all plugins, and I didn't know that until I started producing. So that was a big moment for me when I realized you didn't have to have those instruments.
Hey, we really hired an orchestra, guys.
Yeah.
It's just we're not
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, let's keep it going. Strings. This is the best part right here. I heard the RMX right there.
That's the frequency shifter.
Okay, before the drop hits, absolutely no effects needed in this, boys. Yeah, this is insane. This is insane.
So that where after it builds up and it just kind of has this empty space,
Yeah.
which I feel like is like embodies void. I feel like void is empty space, and so we wanted to put that in. So that's what a void is, and so we wanted to have that be a feel like it's kind of very spacey, just a lot of room, and that's where the RMX hit like continues, but then the frequency shifter comes on and makes it just even weirder.
Yeah.
That's kind of where it starts. The frequency shifter starts there.
Special. Really, 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 really special stuff here, guys. Seriously. I love the attention to detail too, and the involvement of all different types of authentic instruments. That's another way. I mean, this track, I asked, how do you be unique? Just listen to this track. Listen to all the elements that you guys did.
Appreciate it.
Simple. Let's do it. Is everybody ready out there? Put your fucking hands up, light your cigarettes, put your lighters up, whatever you got to do. It's time for the second drop. Let's go.
Let's back it up like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to back it up, of course. Where are my Mia Khalifa fans at? Where are my chess.com fans at? Here we go. Oh! God damn. People will get it. So good, guys. Like, oh, god damn. It really is almost a different, it's not different because it grows so much, but it's like the track starts like this and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the progression is just through the roof. I mean, it's basically a perfect track, guys. Seriously.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yeah, it's sick. Let's finish it off until the outro for the good people at home.
Let's go.
Just vibing. Baseline's so big. Ooh, I love that. Dude, what? And you know I love a good outro.
Very nice touch on the lead. That's again Burko's work.
God damn, guys.
Hold on 1 second. My laptop's about to die. I'm gonna go inside and plug it in.
David, you did this last time.
I know. This time it'll be quicker, I promise.
3%. You still got 3% left.
Jesus, this fucking guy, dude. Holy shit. Bondar, how much fun was this track to make with David, man? Just like come together on something so new for you as well. I mean, have you ever released a track like this? Not that I saw.
No, not in this particular style. So that was really refreshing to do. Like I said, I really loved what David was doing with his sound. So it was a perfect storm,
dude.
And a nice change of pace from tech house that I've been dropping and house music. So
yeah,
I'm really looking forward to the next one already. But
yeah,
I gotta open up the second project because we got 2 projects that we're working on side by side, obviously focusing on the first one, which is Void, but the second one is gonna come soon and come next.
Yeah, I can't wait to start working on the second one. That's gonna be fun.
Dude, We gotta get Can we get a look into Burko's life really quick, bro? You don't have to show us your mom's underwear and shit, but like, what's going on in that room? Who the fuck you making music in there, bro? You got fucking Saturn behind you.
Let's check it out. So
yeah,
I got this Nam just sent me, and I'm still trying to figure out why it has a middle screen. Apparently, it can like you can do videos on it. I'm not exactly sure, but it doesn't have USB ports, which is really confusing. You still need to plug it into a laptop.
Is that Pioneer?
It's Pioneer.
Yeah. What?
DJ RZX.
What is that? Damn.
I've actually never owned DJ equipment in my life until this.
No way.
Yeah, this is my first deck. I mean, I've used CDJs forever, and I've used like all the decks you can imagine, but I've just never owned any. So super stoked. I'm gonna be doing a mix series. I'll plug that. Starting Knighted, like KNIGHTED, Knighted. I haven't decided if it's gonna be like volume 1 or 001 or whatever, but Knighted mix series coming soon. That's gonna be hopefully in the next month. And then I just have this Akai, a little bit of paneling. That's actually not real panels. That was like just packing stuff I found. And
made it work.
And then this mic, like a Chaotica orb on top.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we got Saturn back there, so that's cool. This is where I produce.
This is where the magic happens. Things make a lot more sense. Things make sense now. Jesus, David, how fun was this track for you to make with Bondar? He's had so much success, man. I mean, I'm sure you have respect for him. What was it like, just like collaborating with a guy like him?
Yeah, I have mad respect for Bondar. I'm stoked, and it was really cool getting to meet up and see where he makes his music. He's got a really cool studio.
Yeah,
Bondar's also. He won't be the first to say it, but he's so good at tech and like soft, like I mean technology. Like he just like if something's like not working, then like he'll code it. Like if like I have trouble like installing software, like he'll code it in. It's crazy. He'll be, instead of like using the normal software, he'll be using terminal to like actually make commands happen on the laptop in the back end. So that's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a nerd. I'm a big nerd.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so it was really cool getting to work with him and see where we can meet in the middle. And the next one I think is just as dark, if I remember. Is it Bondar? I haven't heard.
Yeah. It's very, again, it's got that trancey foundation, which I love because I have a special place in my heart for trance music. So it's got like trance influences. It's also got like some sort of a vocal chop that we've used, and it's similar to Void in a way. And once I get the stems out, we're gonna resume our second project.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun.
I'm excited too.
Next Christmas is gonna be done.
Yeah, next Christmas.
Yeah, next Christmas.
It's gonna be a Christmas special.
You guys only meet up on Christmas. You make 3 tracks that day, and then see when they come out.
Fine. This time it's gonna be on Hanukkah.
Yeah, there we go. We're gonna have eight releases for all 8 days of Hanukkah.
Yeah. Oh. Damn.
We're gonna light a candle for each one.
And each one gets a little lighter. It starts super dark because there's only one light, and gets a little lighter.
That's right.
Dam's gonna love that. That's some serious fucking dude. I love that actually.
Yeah, that'll be hilarious. How good would a sub pack be right here, though? I think that would be.
Yeah, that's a sub
pack, baby. Shout out to sub pack. You guys are amazing.
And you know what, bro? If you DJ in it, have you guys DJ'd in it before? Like when you mix? Oh yeah. Talk about taking Bedroom Festival to the next level.
No way.
Never DJ'd with it, but production, it's the way to go. I'll say it again. I've been a huge proponent of sub pack. I tell all the producers to get one. Yep. It changed my production. Making music is not the same without a sub pack.
Dude, now we got sub pack fans. We're really hitting all the fucking bases here, guys. How do we make it a grand slam? I don't know. Because we've got Mia Khalifa, then we hit a double to chess.com, and now we got sub pack fans. What's going to take us? We need one more topic here, don't we? Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm fans. There we go. That was a grand slam. Walk off.
Yeah, Leon Black. We got a special guest.
There we
over
go.
Oh, let's bring on Leon.
Yeah, Leon's
Special guest, Mr. Leon Black, right here.
Gosh.
Yeah, he says, Subpack fucking rocks.
Dude,
So
would have put a muzzle
My
on that
baby.
thing. I guess his name is Leon Black. He definitely cusses.
yeah, he does. He does. Fucking Larry David. Oh, what the fuck, motherfucker?
You got some long ass balls, LD.
Yes. LD. Right, Leon?
Oh my gosh. That's actually a really cute dog.
Special guest, baby.
Oh my gosh. Guys, congratulations on this release for real. It's truly cutting edge and it's a special track. It's immediately going on the USB. I think I talked to David about that when I interviewed him. There are tracks that you share to your Instagram story. There are tracks that you download and maybe never think about again. And there are tracks like this, in my opinion. I hear it. I stop whatever I'm doing. I get it on my USB and I add it to a playlist and I try and think about putting it into a mix next set, whenever. And that is one of these. It's powerful for real.
Is there going to be a Subpack review of it or what?
Yeah.
Boom.
And I'm not going to listen to it until the first time on the Subpack. You got my word on that, okay?
Sounds good to me.
Love
You better stick to your words.
I promise.
So-
Got the Jewish Brotherhood right here, man. I can't break that.
Boom.
I have listened to it on Bondar's Subpack, and I was pleasantly
That was the
surprised. And that was the first song I had ever listened to on any Subpack, and so I didn't know what I was in for. And then
Jesus.
it just came out, and once the drop hit, I understood exactly why people are getting these Subpacks.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
There we go. All right. Well, I'm excited then.
Different.
We're going to keep pushing this track, guys. This has been such a pleasure. Bondar, great to meet you, man. Next time you're in Chicago,
Likewise.
you let me know, bro. And
Shy down. Yeah, I think
yeah.
I'm coming in a couple of weeks. So we'll definitely have to meet up.
bro, we could do right behind me is where I do interviews. If you want to stop by, we could do an in-person interview.
I'm so down. I'm planning my next trip to Chicago. So
Perfect.
I'll definitely be in touch.
Fuck yeah. There we go. Building the relationships, building the network. David, thanks for helping me come up with this idea, man. It was great to talk to you again. Everybody out there, please go check this track out. Let's get it to where it needs to be, which is on every DJ's USB, baby.
Yeah, today is actually the day that it's out everywhere. Yesterday was just an early premiere with Music is for Lovers on SoundCloud, but now it should be Spotify and the other places. So
yeah,
thanks for having us. Yeah, Beatport, that's the special one. So check it out on Beatport.
Yeah, please go buy it.
Yes.
Appreciate the support and thanks for having us on to do this.
Of course, guys.
So it's good to talk to you again.
Of course,
yeah,
guys.
it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having us on. Cheers.
We'll be in touch soon,
Cheers.
guys. Say hello to Leon for me, and I'll talk to you guys again soon, okay?
For sure.
All right, see you later.
Hi,
Have a
Leon.
good one.
Peace, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.